Hi everyone! It's been a really long time since I updated and uploaded a video, so I'm so sorry about that. Part of the reason being that my camera broke. I thought it was just a battery problem. I got a new charger and it just won't turn on. So it's, what is this? It's an Olympus. If anyone has this camera, Stylus SP100EE, and you also have problems with it, or you've had, or you know where to fix it, please give me some advice. So I'm currently filming on my laptop webcam. Sorry if the quality is not so good or if the sound doesn't match up, but in any case. So today I'm talking to you about practicing languages or meeting native speakers as an introvert. I am an introvert. I am 74% introvert on that. Is it the Myers-Briggs test that I'm an INFJ, in case you're wondering? In any case, so that doesn't necessarily mean I'm completely shy. I do like talking to people. I especially like talking to people in foreign languages. As soon as I meet someone and get to know them, then I really enjoy talking to them. However, getting to that point is sometimes difficult for me. I tend to envision the situation not going well. So, for example, I was sitting in Starbucks the other day, and there was a family of 12 Vietnamese people, family or friends. And I got so excited because this will be in a later video, but I'm focusing on Vietnamese this year. And I thought, okay, this is my chance. I don't meet any Vietnamese people in South Africa, so let me go and say hello to them. And I spent half of the time, quivering and being like, okay, but how do you go up to someone? How do you say hello? What do I do? And then just when I was ready, I'm like, I can do this. Go Len. Then they left. So I totally missed my chance. And then I thought, okay, the next time something like this happens, I'm definitely going up to people. And I left my house yesterday and there was a whole bunch of people who I was so sure was speaking Vietnamese, and they were walking this way and I was going this way to the gym. And I turned around, I'm like, no, I have to go say hello. And turns out they were just Singaporeans speaking English with, Singlish accent. And they weren't even Vietnamese. But at least I progressed in, getting there and being like, let me go and talk to these people. So now you know that I am indeed a little shy as well. And I'll be giving you some tips on how to actually start practicing languages and meet native speakers. The internet is a wonderful thing. Your phone is amazing. So I've got a number of apps that I can recommend to you if you do enjoy talking online rather than in person. However, this is not to say that talking online or chatting online is the best way to practice. Especially practicing out loud with your voice, actually physically talking to people, is one of the best ways to improve. So it doesn't necessarily help if you just chat online. I learned most of my Mandarin through apps online, and I'm really bad at speaking it because I can read and write and type, but I don't practice the speaking, so that's where the problem comes in. So you need to get that balance. Back to the apps. The first one I can recommend, and this is not sponsored, is Hello Talk. It's an app that has recently undergone a few updates. So now there's something like a timeline. It's sort of like Facebook. You can post photos. And what you do is you make a profile and you say what language you're learning. You can only choose one language unless you have a subscription. So if you're on a free, if you're using it for free like me, you just choose one language. So for example, I have my profile and it says I'm learning Vietnamese. Then it connects you to people who are learning English if I've set my native language as English and they are Vietnamese people. So you can meet people on there. What is great about the app is that it has audio, like voice recording features. So you can send voice notes. You can even call people. I'm not sure if video call has been introduced yet, but there's definitely a voice call and a recording option. And there's also a translator. If you're really stuck, you can just translate the message that the person sent to you. And there's also a built-in dictionary that you can access from your own profile if you don't know how to say a word. So Hi Native is one of my favorite... Hi Native. Hello Talk. I'll get to Hi Native later. Hello Talk is one of my favorite apps. The only thing is that people tend to spam you. So maybe you can avoid that by putting a random profile picture of like a flower and not yourself. I don't know if profile pictures make people want to talk to you more. So I do get a ton of messages, which makes it really hard for me to reply to. What I do like using though is the timeline feature, because then I can write a little diary entry and people can actually fix your mistakes in the comments. And the app is really good where people can fix your mistakes and it shows up in green what the correct one is. So it's kind of a little like Lang8 or italki, if you know those, except this is more of a chatting app, but definitely with a focus of language learning. Then you'll see I had a sip of the tongue and I mentioned Hi Native. Hi Native is also excellent. It's more of a question and answer platform, and you can ask questions about languages and cultures. So you can choose multiple languages and cultures, and you can just ask questions, and usually the replies are really fast. It's not necessarily the best way to meet people if you want to chat, but if you have a quick question or if you want to practice what you sound like, it's really great. And people don't need to see your face. You can not put a profile picture if you want, and you can record yourself saying something. There's a feature that where you can post a question that says, does this sound natural? So you can say whatever in some language, and people can say yes, very natural, or slightly natural, or don't know what you're saying. So that's an easy way to practice sort of behind the screen until you have more confidence to go out. The other thing is you just need to start instilling confidence in yourself, and you need to envision what you want the situation to be. So let's say you see someone in a cafe or on the street speaking in your target language. Yes, it is very intimidating to go up to them. Some people even find it strange, and the reactions aren't always going to be positive. I've gone up to a few people before, whether it was in South Africa or overseas, and tried to speak to them, and sometimes the responses were terrible. They were either not the language I thought they were. Oh my goodness, I was in a hospital and I thought I heard people speaking Vietnamese, and it was actually Khmer. It was Cambodian. And that was embarrassing, so I just pretended to be interested in their language. I'm like, oh, teach me how to say hello, which I've forgotten. So, and other times people are like, no, I'm busy or whatever, but you mustn't take these things personally. The other thing is, like I said, you must envision what you want the outcome to be. Number one, why are you talking to the people? Do you want to make friends? Do you want to practice your language? Do you want to show off? Do you want to ask them something? Do you want to build a relationship with them, a friendship? So have that goal in mind and go up to them and just be honest from the start. You don't need to be like, hi, oh, I'm so sorry to bother you. Try and have confidence from the start. So you can go up, and if you're confident enough in your target language, you can go up and say, hi, my name is so-and-so. I heard you speaking so-and-so language, and I'm learning it too. Can I practice with you? And that's fine. I'm pretty sure they'll say yes. And people do it in Japan all the time. I'm not sure if they have other motives, but I've been approached by multiple Japanese people who just come up to me in broken English and say, hi, I'm learning English. Can you teach me English? And you know, there's nothing negative you can say to that. You can just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy, or sure, let's chat. So the more you do it, the more confidence you get. So you just need to dive in from the start. And I've missed a lot of opportunities where I was too shy to go. And by regretting that, you somewhat build confidence for the next time, because you don't want to miss out on an opportunity. So it's okay to fail, it's okay to not go up to someone, but let that build your confidence. Let that be your motivation, like, oh man, I've missed out, maybe I could have made a friend. And have that mindset of, next time I'm going to talk to this person, I'm going to make a friend. Some of you may be thinking, well, I don't have speakers of whatever language I'm learning in my city, and that's okay. There is the internet. So there's those two apps I've mentioned. There's Twitter, there's YouTube, there's Tumblr. You can meet people everywhere. You just need to go out there. Twitter is really great. It's a bit hard to directly find people, but if you search hashtags, you can change your hashtags to a different country to see what's trending there. And maybe you can tweet some of those hashtags. You can ask people what it means and interact with people. Comment on people's things, like their pictures, and you can just introduce yourself, and that's also a good way to make friends. And I think that's about it. If I think of anything else, I'll put it in the description. Otherwise, you're welcome to leave comments about what apps or website you use, or what tips you have if you're too shy to actually approach people, and how you overcome that. So let's have a discussion in the comments. And I'm sorry for not uploading in such a long time, and I hope to be more active this year. So thanks for watching. This was a long video. I'm sorry about that, but I do hope it had some good tips for you, and I'm looking forward to hearing your tips as well. Bye!